Hi everyone, and welcome to Community Yoga at the Fayetteville Public Library. My name is Jessica Somerset, and my student today is Randy. So today we will get started on our backs, but if you have any props that you would like to use, I have a couple of blocks. If you don't have blocks, you can stack a couple of books. We're going to be down on our knees a little bit as well, so I have a blanket in the back that I will use for some padding and extra cushion. And if you want a strap or a belt or a bathrobe, whatever you have to help lengthen and stretch, you can grab that as well. And then we will get started on our backs. Coming down on your back, take a second to just arrive. Take a minute to feel the connection of every body part with the mat, all the way up from your head, your shoulders, your torso, your hips, your arms, legs, and feet. Your gaze can be soft or your eyes can be closed. Take a second now to find your breath. Feel each inhale through your nose and out. Connecting to your breath, take a few minutes here just to breathe on your own. Taking deep breaths in through the belly, up through the chest and the throat. Exhale it all out. Throat, chest, belly. Take a few more breaths just like that. Throughout tonight's practice, if you find your mind wandering, worrying about your to-do list, come back to your breath. Use it to focus, stay here in this present moment. Remember, you're taking this time for yourself, giving your body the love and attention that it deserves. Take 3 more inhales down here. And exhale everything out. On your next inhale, start to pull your right knee in towards your chest. You can plant your left foot flat on the mat to make that more accessible. With your right knee pulled into your chest, start to roll out your right ankle, making counterclockwise or clockwise rotations with your ankle, pointing through your foot all the way to your toes. Switch the circles, going counterclockwise now, rotating, flexing, and pointing through the toes, really articulating these circles. On your next inhale, pull your right knee open to the side. You can take your left arm out to the left if that's comfortable. You may extend your left leg long or keep your foot planted flat on the mat. Take an inhale and an exhale. 2 more breaths right here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale 1 more time and exhale. On your next inhale, bring your knee back up in front of you. And exhale, take it over to the left. Take your knees to the right if that's comfortable on your neck. Take 2 breaths. Once you arrive, inhale and exhale. One more breath. Your next inhale, pull your knee back towards center with your knee in towards your chest. Take another inhale. And exhale, lengthen your leg long down on the mat, meeting your left. On your next inhale, pull your left knee in towards your chest. Remember, you can plant your right foot on the mat. Start to make those ankle circles on the left side, rotating counterclockwise to begin. Remember, connect with your breathing. You can take those circles as fast or slow as you would like, but start to make those circles in the other direction. On your next inhale, take your left knee out to the left, opening up your hip. You can take your right arm out to the right. You can extend your right leg long down on the mat if that's comfortable for you. Take an inhale and an exhale. Take 2 more breaths. On your next inhale, gently guide your knee back towards center over your chest. And on your exhale, take your knee over towards the right for a supine twist. You can extend your left arm out towards the left if that's comfortable. Take 3 breaths. On your next inhale, start to bring your gaze back towards center as you pull your left knee back towards your chest. And exhale, you can extend it up and long if you wish before you lower down next to your right. Coming back down on our backs. On your next inhale, plant your feet to pull your knees both into your chest this time. And just start to gently rock from to side or take circles with your knees, pulling them in towards your chest, and then exhale to release them down towards the front of your mat. If you're taking these circles, remember to go in both directions, working with your breath. Begin to rock lengthwise on your mat, coming up to a seated position. If you don't wish to take these spinal rocks, you can just come up to a seat. Once you arrive, gently rest your hands on your knees, sit up nice and tall. Legs are crossed out in front of you. Feel the connection of your seat bones with the mat. You can place a blanket underneath your hips if that feels comfortable. Take a breath in and a breath out. Start to make neck circles over towards the right. Slowly massaging the neck. Exhale, brings your chest forward and down. Inhale, takes your neck circle up and around. Start to switch the direction of your neck circles. On your next inhale, drop your shoulders away from your ears, sitting up nice and tall in this Sukhasana easy seat. Take an inhale, extend your arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, take your right hand over towards the right. Inhale to lengthen up through your left arm, and exhale, start to reach over towards the right. Actively pressing into your right hand and your left hip to elongate your left side body. Maybe take your gaze up towards your hand if that's comfortable on your neck. Take an inhale and an exhale. 2 more breaths. Inhale, both arms back up towards the ceiling. Exhale, take your left hand over towards the left side. Inhale to extend up through your right arm, and exhale as you reach over towards the left. Pressing down in your right hip, using your left hand to help elongate this stretch. Take 2 breaths. Inhale, take both arms back up towards the ceiling, extending long through your fingertips. Shoulders are down away from your ears. Exhale, start to twist towards the right, taking your left hand to your right knee. Right arm can be behind you or off to the side. Gently using your breath to deepen the twist. With each inhale, lengthen up through the spine. And exhale, twist maybe a little bit more. Keeping both of your seat bones on the mat. Take 2 breaths. Slowly start to inhale, turning back towards center. You can extend your arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, twist towards the left. Right hand to the outside of your right knee. Left hand gently resting behind you. Maybe your gaze is over your left shoulder. Take an inhale to lengthen, and exhale to twist. Take 2 breaths. On your next inhale, start to come out of that twist. You can extend your arms up towards the ceiling one more time. And exhale, bring them back down to meet your knees. Take another breath in here. And another breath out. Swing your legs around behind you and come into a tabletop. You want to stack your wrists underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Spine is in line and neutral with your head and your tailbone. Belly's pulled in towards your spine. Make sure your fingers are spread wide, feeling that connection with the mat. On an inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze and the tailbone, come into cow. Exhale, press the mat away with your palms, rounding the upper back, come into cat. Inhale into cow. And exhale, press the mat away, cat. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. Chin to your chest, actively pressing the mat away. Take a few cat-cows on your own. You can work with your breath to maybe come back towards child's pose on your exhale. Inhale towards the front for cow. You can take whatever organic movements you need to warm up the hips and the spine. On your next inhale, start to feel that connection in your left palm as you inhale, reaching your right arm out over towards the right and up. Exhale, we're going to thread it through, not resting our shoulder on the mat, but just actively starting to make these twists, reaching towards the left side. Inhale, back up towards the ceiling, opening towards the right. Exhale, thread underneath your left arm, really activating, pushing that left arm to the twist. Inhale, back up towards the right. Exhale, thread it underneath your left. Inhale, all four meet the floor. Plant your right hand next towards your left. Take a minute here to find that tabletop connection again. Inhale, your left arm out towards the left, maybe reaching up towards the ceiling to open up your chest. Exhale, thread it through underneath your right. Inhale to opening your chest towards the left. And exhale, thread your left arm underneath your right. One more time. Inhale to opening up the left side of your chest. And exhale, thread it through. Inhale, all four meet the floor. Coming back into tabletop. Take another inhale into cow. And exhale, press the mat away to cat. Inhale, come back to that neutral tabletop. You're going to lift your right foot up like you're stamping the wall behind you, bending your knee, lifting your foot up towards the ceiling. Start to take those hip circles out towards the right, bringing your right knee in towards your chest. Exhale, up and around towards the back. Keep taking the hip circles with your breath. On your next inhale, send your leg back towards the back wall and over out towards the right, coming back in towards your center line, taking those hip circles the opposite direction. On your next inhale, all four meet the floor, come back to tabletop. Inhale, extend your left leg back like you're stamping the wall behind you. Exhale, bend your knee. Start to take those hip circles, pulling your left knee in towards your chest, outwardly rotating out towards the left. Your next inhale, send those hip circles in the other direction, kicking back towards the back wall. Your next inhale, all four meet the floor, come back into tabletop. Put your toes together in the back, send your knees wide if you would like, and press your hips back into child's pose. Take 3 breaths here. Your head can be resting on the mat or a blanket or a block. On your next inhale, press back up through tabletop. And exhale, tuck your toes, send your hips up and back, press into your first downward facing dog. In downward facing dog, your hands are spread wide on the mat, fingertips gripping. You're actively outwardly rotating your arms where the eye of your elbow is towards the front. Head is in line with your spine. Slight bend in the knees here. You can pedal out your feet. On your next inhale, drop back down to your knees, coming back into that tabletop. And exhale, back into child's pose. Inhale, back up through tabletop. And exhale, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. We'll take that 2 more times. Inhale, drop down to your knees to tabletop. And exhale, back through child's pose. Inhale up through tabletop. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, tabletop. And exhale, child's pose. Hold here for 2 breaths. On your next inhale, press back up through tabletop. Tuck your toes, send your hips up back to downward facing dog. Begin to tiptoe your way to the top of the mat, coming into a forward fold. Let everything hang heavy. Slight bend in your knees to bring your chest closer to your thighs. Grab for opposite elbows and come into ragdoll. You can sway from side to side. On your next inhale, start to slowly roll up 1 vertebrae at a time. Your head is the last thing to come up. And we'll meet in mountain pose. Your feet are about hip width distance apart. All 10 toes making connection with the mat. Your heels are connected. Energy extending out through your fingertips. Take a breath here. On your inhale, reach your arms up towards the ceiling, coming into high mountain. Exhale, take your right arm to your left wrist and start to stretch over towards the right, stretching your left side body. Take a breath in and a breath out. Inhale, come back towards center, straight up, high mountain pose. Take an inhale. And an exhale, drop those shoulders down by your back. Taking your left hand to your right wrist on your inhale. And exhale, start to pull and twist over towards the left, stretching your right side body. Take an inhale. And an exhale. Inhale, back up towards center, extending both arms up. Maybe take your gaze slightly up. And exhale, bring your arms around, coming back down to mountain with your arms down by your sides. If you have a block, grab that and place it in between your legs just to find a little bit of stability here. We're going to start twisting. Inhale your arms up towards the ceiling, squeezing that block in between your legs. Left arm forward, right arm back, start to twist towards the right. Using that block in between your legs to really twist in your torso versus at your hips. Take an inhale and an exhale. Inhale, both arms back up towards center, facing forward. And exhale, twist towards the left. Right arm forward, left arm back. Squeezing that block actively, twisting towards the left. Inhale your arms back up towards center. And exhale, release everything long down, coming back into mountain. If you have that block, you can remove it, placing it back down in front of you. On your inhale, reach your arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, dive forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Inhale, stand tall, coming up to mountain pose. You can bring your arms up above your head. And exhale, dive right back down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step your right foot back, come into low lunge. And exhale, press back to downward facing dog. On your inhale, lift your right leg back towards the back wall. Exhale, pull your knee in towards your chest and step your foot in between your hands. You can take one or more steps to get there. Drop your left knee down on the mat. If you have a blanket and would like to use that for cushion, you can grab that. Keeping your left toes tucked. Inhale your arms up towards the ceiling, coming into a modified toe-tucked crescent lunge. Exhale, left arm goes forward, right arm towards the back, twist towards the right. Squeeze your outer hips together to find that twist. Inhale, back up towards the front. Whoop. And exhale, twist again towards the right. Inhale, back up towards the front. And exhale, twist towards the right. Coming from this twist, take your left hand to the inside of your right foot, keeping your right arm up. Firm up your left quad and lift up your back knee, coming into a low lunge twist. Exhale, take your right arm over your head, reaching towards the front of the room. Plant your right hand to the outside of your right foot. And exhale, step forward, taking your left foot to meet your right, coming into forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up to high mountain. And exhale, dive right back down, forward fold. Take your left foot back this time, coming into low lunge. Take your right foot back to meet your right, downward facing dog. On an inhale, we can roll out to plank or drop to your knees for a modified plank. And slowly on your exhale, start to lower your chest down onto the mat. Keeping your elbows in towards your sides. Inhale up to baby cobra. And exhale, forward, down, back onto the mat. Inhale, pressing back through your tabletop. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg up towards the ceiling. And exhale, sweep it through in between your hands. You can take one or more steps to get there to that low lunge, dropping your back knee, keeping your right toes tucked. Inhale your arms up towards the ceiling. And exhale, twist towards the left. Right arm to the front, left arm towards the back. Squeezing your outer hips to find that twist. Inhale, back up towards center. And exhale, twist. Inhale up one more time. And exhale, twist towards the left. Staying in this twist, drop your right hand onto the inside of your left foot. Left arm reaches up towards the ceiling. Firm up your back quad, your right quad, lifting your back knee, coming into a low lunge twist. Inhale, extend your arm in front of you, reaching towards the front of the room. Plant your left hand to the outside of your left foot. Exhale, step forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to stand, coming to high mountain. And exhale, forward fold, dive back down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to stand, mountain pose. And exhale, take your arms behind your back, coming into that bind, grabbing for your wrists, elbows, or hands. Inhale to lift your chest. And exhale, bending at the knees, forward fold. Inhale, this time sit into chair. Arms can be extended in front of you, sit back on your heels. Knit your low ribs in and tuck your tailbone. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to stand, high mountain. Exhale, arms back behind your back, coming into that bind. And one more time. Inhale to lengthen, lifting the chest. Exhale, start to bend at the knees, forward fold. Inhale, back into your chair. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to stand, coming back into high mountain. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Take a minute here to find that mountain pose connection. Take 2 breaths, taking deep inhales through your belly, up through the chest. Exhale, drop your shoulders away from your ears. One more breath, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, both arms reach up towards the ceiling, coming into that high mountain. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, plant your hands, step your right foot back to low lunge. Take your left foot back on your exhale, downward facing dog. Take 2 breaths. On your next inhale, lift your right leg up back towards the wall behind you. Exhale, pull your knee in towards your chest, step your right foot in between your hands. Come up to high lunge. You can take your hands to your hips to find the grounding and raise your torso up. If you find an arch in your low back, maybe bend your left knee to knit your front ribs in and tuck your tailbone. On an inhale, lift your arms up towards the ceiling. And exhale, twist towards the right. Left arm forward, right arm back. Inhale, back up towards the center, reaching your arms forward. exhale, plant your hands to frame your foot. And bring your left foot up to meet your right, coming into forward fold. Hang here for a second. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Take your right leg back, coming into low lunge. Exhale, step your left foot back to meet the right, downward dog. Take 2 breaths. Inhale, lifting your left leg up towards the ceiling. Exhale, knee towards your chest. Step your left foot in between your hands. Come into high crescent lunge. You can place your hands on your hips. And then inhale, lift your torso up to rise. Same thing here to get that curve out of your low back. Maybe bring your foot up. Bend your right knee. Tuck your tailbone. Inhale your arms up towards the ceiling. And exhale, twist towards the left. Left arm back, right arm forward. Take a breath in and a breath out. Inhale your arms back up towards the front. And exhale, plant your hands to frame your foot. Exhale, step your right foot up to meet your left. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. This time with your inhale, halfway lift, if you have a block, place it in front of you in between your feet. If you don't, that's all right. On your next inhale, you're going to bend your left knee and extend your right arm up towards the ceiling, coming into an open twist. And exhale, forward fold. Plant your right hand in between your feet in front of you. Take an inhale and an exhale. Inhale, extend your left arm open out towards the left, bending in that right knee. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, step your left leg back, come into low lunge. Take an inhale. And exhale, step your right foot back to meet the left, downward facing dog. On your next inhale, drop down into tabletop. And exhale, send your toes together, knees wide, child's pose. Take 3 breaths. On your next inhale, start to lift up onto your fingertips with your arms extended in front of you and inch them over towards the right. You can lift your head up slightly to get there. And exhale once you've found your edge to release. Stretching the left side body. You can grab your wrist if you would like to find a more deeper stretch. Take 2 breaths. Inhale, coming back up onto your fingertips. Start to walk your hands over towards the left on your exhale. Take 2 breaths here. On your next inhale, start to walk your fingertips back towards the front of the mat, coming back into your child's pose. On your next inhale, press back into your tabletop. Tuck your toes. Press into downward dog on your exhale. Pedal out your feet. On your next inhale, right leg goes high towards the ceiling and the wall behind you. Exhale, bring your knee towards your nose, plant your right foot in between your hands, come up to that high crescent lunge. Take an inhale and an exhale. On your next inhale, start to bump your left foot up towards the front of the mat. Bring it in towards your chest. Come into that marcher pose. If you have a chair and would like to use that for balance, you can grab that. So coming back into that marcher pose with your arms up towards the ceiling, you can also rest your foot on a block. You can grab your knee for balance and support. Take a breath in and a breath out. Grabbing your left knee with your right hand, start to extend your left arm back towards the back wall, coming into a marcher twist. Use that chair to your advantage to find your balance. Take an inhale and an exhale. Inhale, sending your left leg back towards the back, coming back into high crescent lunge. Exhale, plant your hands to frame your foot. Take your right foot back to downward facing dog. Inhale, extend your left leg back towards the back of the room. And exhale, pull your knee in towards your chest. Plant your left foot in between your hands. Inhale up to high crescent lunge. Start to bump your right foot back. You can shoot straight up to marcher pose if you wish. Find your balance. Use the chair. Take a breath in and a breath out. On your next inhale, reach your right arm up towards the ceiling. Start to twist over towards the right. Take a breath in and a breath out. On your next inhale, shoot your right leg back towards the back of the mat. Come back into that high crescent lunge. And exhale, plant your hands to frame your foot. Take an inhale. And exhale, send your left foot back to meet the right, downward dog. Take 2 breaths. On your next inhale, drop down to your knees, come into tabletop. And if you have a chair, move that out of the way. From your tabletop, take an inhale, drop the belly, lift the tailbone into cow. And exhale, press the mat away into cat. Inhale into cow. Exhale, send your toes to meet. Knees can be together or wide, child's pose. Take 3 breaths. On your next inhale, press up into tabletop. Swing your legs around and come onto your seat. With your legs extended long in front of you, reaching towards the front of the mat. You can turn slightly towards the left side of your mat, bringing the sole of your right foot to the inside of your left thigh. Take an inhale to lift your arms up towards the ceiling. And exhale, start to forward fold. You can rest your hands, framing your leg. Take an inhale to zip the belly up, and exhale to fold. Take 3 breaths. On your next inhale, start to walk your fingertips back towards your hips, coming up, bringing your torso back up. Start to turn your torso over towards the left side of your mat, taking your left hand to the inside of your left leg, inside, like resting on the mat in front of you. Inhale your right arm up towards the ceiling behind you and start to reach over towards your left toes, reaching long on your right side body. Chest is open towards the right side of the wall. The right side of the wall. Take an inhale and an exhale. One more breath. Inhale, extend back up towards the ceiling to come out of that forward fold. And extend your right leg back in front of you to meet your left. Shake it out if you need to. Pull your left foot in towards the inside of your right thigh. Knees open to the side. Inhale your arms up towards the ceiling. And exhale, start to forward fold. Not forcing this fold, taking the fold as deep as your body allows. Take an inhale to lengthen. And an exhale to forward fold. Take 2 more breaths. On your next inhale, start to walk your fingertips back up towards your hips, bringing your torso back up. Start to shift over towards the left side of your mat, taking your right forearm to the inside of your right leg. Inhale, extend your left arm up and over, stretching your left side body, reaching for your right toes. Take an inhale. And an exhale. Inhale everything back up, reaching your left arm back behind you. And extend your left leg long down on the mat in front of you to meet your right. Shake it out. Inhale both arms up towards the ceiling. And exhale, start to forward fold over both legs. Taking this fold as deep as your body allows, not forcing anything. Inhale to lengthen. And exhale to fold. Take 2 breaths. On your next inhale, start to inch your fingertips back towards your hips to lift your torso, and slowly start to lower down onto your back. Pull both knees in towards your chest on your inhale and start to rock from side to side. Plant your left foot flat on the mat, keeping your right knee in towards your chest. Inhale, extend your right foot up towards the ceiling. Exhale, bending at the knee, bringing your right ankle across your left thigh, coming into a reclined figure four. Take a breath in and a breath out. On your next inhale, reaching between your leg with your right hand to the inside of your left leg, you can begin to pull your left knee in towards your chest. If that feels comfortable, if not, you can keep your foot planted. Remember to keep your right toes flexed. Take 2 breaths. If your left foot is off of the mat, on your exhale, plant your left foot back down on the mat and start to twist over towards the left. Your right foot is still crossed over your right knee if that's comfortable. Sorry, over your left knee. If not, you can uncross this figure four and bring both knees into your chest and take this twist as well. Maybe your gaze goes over towards the right. Take 2 breaths. Inhale your knees back to center, planting your left foot on the mat. Take an exhale and inhale, extend your right leg up towards the ceiling. Exhale, lower your foot down towards the front of the mat. Inhale, plant your right foot next to your left. Take an exhale. And inhale, pull your left knee in towards your chest this time. Inhale, extend your left leg up towards the ceiling. And exhale, crossing your left ankle on top of your right thigh, sending your knee open to the left, keeping your left toes flexed. You're welcome to stay here, or you can interlace behind your thigh or your shin, coming into a reclined pigeon. Feeling the stretch in your outer left hip, maybe a little bit in the glutes. Take 2 breaths. Take an inhale, and on your exhale, begin to plant your right foot if it's not already down on the ground, and twist over towards the right. Maybe your gaze goes over to the left if that's comfortable on your neck. Take 2 breaths. On your next inhale, start to bring everything back up towards center, planting your right foot flat on the mat, back in that figure four. On your next inhale, extend your left leg up towards the ceiling, foot is flat towards the sky. And exhale, lower your left leg down on the mat in front of you. Inhale, plant your left foot next to your right. You can bring your arms down by your side. Coming into bridge. Try not to engage your glutes here because that will send your knees wide. Glutes are relaxed, pressing firmly into your feet and into your arms to lift your chest towards your chin. Take another breath in and exhale, slowly lower your feeling, come into waterfall. Take 3 breaths. On your next inhale, pull everything in towards your chest one last time. You can rock from side to side if that feels comfortable. On your next inhale, pull everything in tight one last time. And exhale, extend everything long on the mat. Coming into Shavasana. You can keep your feet planted if that's more comfortable for your low back. But once you arrive, let everything go. Relax into the mat. Relax your shoulders down your back. Relax your hips. Relax your legs. Be mindful of your breath, letting it return to its natural rhythm. Take this time to let your practice soak in. If you have the time to stay for another 5-10 minutes, I invite you to do so. This ends our community yoga at the Fayetteville Public Library today, and I hope you all had a wonderful practice. And until next time, be well.